I really wanted to make a candle dingus, so I did my very best. Here are two models I have 3D printed on my printer, and I'm planning to join these two pieces together so I can later use them for the silicone mold. Here are the two pieces joined together with a bit of plastic glue, and it's holding pretty well. My first idea was to make a custom box to where I will be pouring the silicone. So I printed these walls in the shape of an L that can be joined together to form a custom sized box. It sounded better in my own head, but it turned out absolutely terribly. I fastened it all together and filled the gap with some modeling clay I had laying around. I really thought it would hold together and the silicone wouldn't spill. Well, it didn't, but you will see that later. So I put it all together and it did look quite promising. I have placed the cat from the top and it was holding by these two fastening pliers. And then came the silicone. I am using 2-part silicone that is combined in a ratio 1:1. I have never worked with silicone before and it can be seen. The mixing part was easy, so I just mixed it all together in a big glass bowl and then I started pouring. In hindsight, I should have researched way better than I had because I poured the silicone wrong way. As you can see, I just poured it in big chunks and that was terrible because it made a lot of small bubbles. The right way to pour is from high up and slowly, really slowly, like a tiny bit of silicone pouring at a time. Okay, but that's not all. This is where the tragedy struck. The clay didn't seal all the gaps and the silicone slowly started pouring out of the mold. I really didn't have time to film it properly, but it started slow and then it just went super fast. So yeah, we got our mold. I managed to just fill the box and fasten it way more and it held together a little bit better, but it still leaked a little bit, but that's fine. So I got it out and the cutting part of it was quite easy. And honestly, using the mold was really fun and surprisingly easy. I really expected some resistance when I poured the wax in and I was afraid of taking it out of the form, but it really was a smooth sailing. So here is my first attempt at making out the candle. I forgot to film the wax heating and pouring process, but it's kinda straightforward. I just melted the wax in a small pot I bought for cheap and then waited for the wax temperature to drop to the point where it's slowly becoming solid state again. The molding process is really easy. The Maxwell just pops right out of it. As you can see, the miniature bubbles transferred from the mold and the finished candle looks just not right. The small bubbles are quite visible on it and it's just not the look I expected. So yeah, I am quite happy that I even managed to get this far in the process of making my own candle. But I know it's not perfect. But that is for another video. See you soon.